Hello friends, welcome to physics class. In our previous video, we have seen the principle of superposition of waves. There we have seen constructive superposition and destructive superposition. In constructive superposition, the crust is overlapped on the crust and trough is overlapped on the trough, where the amplitude of the resultant wave or the displacement of the resultant wave is maximum. In destructive superposition, crust is overlapped on the trough or the trough is overlapped on the crust, and the resultant amplitude, the displacement, is minimum. Now in this video we are going to discuss reflection of waves. Generally we know well, when any obstacle is placed in front of a moving body, after hitting to that obstacle, the moving body will be bounced to back. Just like an elastic ball, when you hit towards a wall, it will be bounced back. Similarly, in waves, when any wave is incidenting on an obstacle, then the wave is bounced to back. The same bouncing back of those waves will be discussed here as the reflection of waves. So here there are two cases in the reflection of waves. For example, this is a wave, this is a string. Imagine this is a string. It is fixed at one end. Then here I am holding the string, right? Here I am holding the string and I am disturbing it. Whenever I disturb, then a wave is generated. Right? Like this, some pulses are generated. When this wave reaches to the obstacle, then the energy can't move to forward. Then what happens? This wave will be reflected to back. Okay, then this wave, whichever the wave is incidented, the wave is reflected back in this position. This is the reflected wave. The black one is the incident wave. Here I am giving the direction. This is the incident wave, and this red one is the reflected wave. In this way, the wave is reflected back. Here there is another case. If this end is not fixed, this is what? This is the fixed end. This is the fixed end. If this end is not fixed, what happens? Now let us take, if this end is not fixed, imagine this is a pole, or this is one pole, and here I place a ring. This is a ring which can move up and down along this pole. I place a ring. Like this I place a ring. Now this ring can move up and down. Now what I am doing, I am tying a rope or a thread to this ring. This is a ring. This is a ring. As I have done here, the same thing I will do there. That is what? I will create a disturbance. Whenever I create a disturbance, then initially a wave is generated. This is a wave. Right. A wave is generated. Now imagine what happened next. Imagine what happened. After reaching this energy in this direction, this is the direction of the incident wave. In this direction, this energy pushes the ring to down. Right? This ring will be moved to down. This ring is moved to down. And now the reflected wave will be like this. This is the reflected wave. Incident wave, and that is the reflected wave. This is the reflected wave. Understand here what happens? What difference? Have you observed any difference here? This is the free end. What happened to a wave when there is a fixed end and when there is a free end? If there is a fixed end, now imagine the incident wave. I will give some mathematical approach to it. Incident wave y x comma t is equals to a sine kx plus omega t. This is the incident wave. Y x comma t is equals to a sin kx plus omega t and minus omega t. That's 0. Only the direction is changed if you say minus. Right? Now reflected wave. How can I write the reflected wave? A reflected wave. If it is a fixed end. చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఏమైంది, ఫిక్స్డ్ ఎండ్ ఉన్నప్పుడు ఆపోజిట్ పల్స్ అనేది జనరేట్ అయింది. This is the pulse of the incident wave and this is the pulse of the reflected wave. Means what happened? A phase change has been taken place. How much phase change is there? In our first video, if you see, you can say the phase change. The phase change is how much here? The phase change is 180 degrees phase change is there. So I'll write the reflected wave YR. This is the incident wave YI x comma t is equals to a sin kx plus omega t plus there is a phase change of pi. Kx plus omega t plus pi is the reflected wave. Where I write this one at minus a sin kx plus omega t. This is reflected wave equation. Reflected wave equation when the end is fixed. If the end is free end, I'll write the second case, free end. If there is a free end, then reflected wave yr x comma t. ఒక్కసారి చూడండి ఇక్కడ ఎప్పుడైతే ఫ్రీ ఎండ్ ఉందో రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ వేవ్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ వేవ్ ఎలా ఉందో అలానే ఉంది. రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ వేవ్ ఇన్సిడెంట్ వేవ్ ఎలా ఉందో రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ వేవ్ కూడా అలానే ఉంది. ఎప్పుడైతే ఎండ్ అనేది ఫ్రీ ఉందో. మీన్స్ whenever the wave is traveling, there is no guarantee that there is no condition that the second end must be fixed. There are some cases where the second end is free, just like as we have seen here. Okay, now when the second end is free end, then the reflected wave has no phase change. No phase change. ఇందులో ఏముంది, phase change అనేది లేదు. In case of the free end, there is no phase change. When there is no phase change, I write the reflected wave like a sin kx plus omega t plus 0. Phase change is not there. Phase change is not there, so I am writing 0. So it means again the same thing, like the initial wave. Incident wave ఎలా ఉందో reflected wave కూడా అలా ఉంది. These are the two cases of the reflection of waves. Okay, now when the waves are reflected, there are two possibilities. When there is a fixed end, this is the case. When there is a free end, when there is a fixed end, wave is reflected back with a phase change of pi. When there is a free end, the wave is reflected back with a phase change of 0 or with no phase change. Okay, na? If you understood this one, then we can understand the next topic, stationary waves or standing waves. We'll see what are those stationary waves or standing waves. Okay, stationary waves. Now let us take I'm taking a string. This is a string. It is fixed to one end. This is the fixed end. This is the fixed end. I am creating a disturbance in the string. Then a wave is generated. This way wave is generated. Then after incidenting here, this wave is reflected back. Wave is reflected back. Now here what happened? This is one progressive wave. The reflected wave is one progressive wave. These two have superimposed. Due to this superimposition, what happened? A new wave is formed. This is a new wave. And this wave is called as stationary wave. This wave is called as stationary wave, or it is called as the standing wave. stationary wave or standing wave. Two progressive waves are overlapped to each other or superimposed with each other, which are traveling in opposite direction. Then whatever the resultant wave is formed, that is called as the stationary wave or standing wave. See here, once you see the statement, if two sinusoidal waves, what is the sinusoidal waves? What is sinusoidal wave? Sine wave. You might have seen manam 10th class lo one topic you learned, direct current and alternate current. There in alternate current you have seen direct magnitude of current, minimum to maximum in positive direction, maximum to minimum in positive direction, again minimum to maximum in negative direction, again maximum to minimum in the negative direction, that is for opposite direction. Similarly wave function లో కూడా మనము వాల్యూస్ ఎలా తీసుకుంటాము, minimum to maximum, minimum 0, maximum 1, 0 to 1 వాల్యూస్ ఎందులో ఉంటాయి, సైన్ ఫంక్షన్ లో sin 0 0, sin 90 1, 0 to 1 ఫేజ్ వాల్యూస్ ఎలా రాయాలి అన్న దగ్గర మనం నేర్చుకున్నాం ఆల్రెడీ. వీడియో 1 లో మీరు చూడండి ఒకసారి. ఇన్ వీడియో 1 you will get the clarity of the sinusoidal waves. So a complete wave, this is one complete wave. ఇక్కడ నుంచి స్టార్ట్ చేసి మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడికి వస్తే ఇది ఒక కంప్లీట్ వేవ్ అవుతుంది. ఈ కంప్లీట్ వేవ్ ని ఒక సైన్ వేవ్ అంటాం మనం. సో ద రీజన్ ఈస్ ఇందులో ఉన్నటువంటి వాల్యూస్ సైన్ వాల్యూస్ కు సిమిలర్ గా ఉంటాయి. దిస్ ఈస్ ద మినిమం డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ ఆఫ్ ది వేవ్. This is the maximum displacement of the particle in the wave. Minimum displacement and the maximum displacement. It is 0 to 1. So ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వాల్యూస్ ఏంటి, 0 degrees to 90 degrees. Again 90 degrees to 180 degrees. 90 degrees to 180 degrees. 1 నుంచి 0. మళ్ళీ maximum నుంచి minimum. Displacement ఎలా ఉంది, ఇక్కడ minimum ఉంది. మళ్ళీ ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి వచ్చేసరికి డైరెక్షన్ చేంజ్ అయింది. సో 0 to 1 values are negative, 1 to 0 values are negative again. So this is one complete wave. ఈ complete wave values ఎలా ఉన్నాయి, minimum to maximum, maximum to minimum, minimum to maximum, maximum to minimum. So these values are similar to sine function. కాబట్టి ఒక వేవ్ ని మనం ఈ ట్రాన్స్వర్స్ వేవ్ ని ఒక సైన్ వేవ్ గా కన్సిడర్ చేస్తాం. So if two waves are similar to this one, two sinusoidal waves of the same amplitude and wavelength travel in opposite direction. This is one wave and this is the another wave which is having the same amplitude, and wavelength. ఈ యొక్క వేవ్ యొక్క వేవ్ లెంత్ ఎలా ఉందో ఈ రిఫ్లెక్టెడ్ వేవ్ యొక్క వేవ్ లెంత్ కూడా అలానే ఉంది. ఈక్వల్ వేవ్ లెంత్ అండ్ ఈక్వల్ amplitudes in opposite direction along a stretched string. This is a stretched string. I have taken a string and I created some disturbance in it. So in this stretched string, their interference with each other produces a stationary waves. ఈ రెండు వేవ్స్ ఎప్పుడైతే ఇంటర్ఫియర్ అవుతాయో, whenever they superimpose each other, then we'll get a stationary wave. This is called as one stationary wave. ఈ stationary wave లో whenever you are taking a stationary wave, this one stationary wave, okay, ఈ stationary wave లో these points are always fixed. Means what, displacement of the particle is always fixed. Stationary waves ki progressive waves ki adi difference. Progressive wave lo if you are taking one progressive wave, for example, here I name this particle as A, this particle as B, this particle as C, this particle as D. Every particle will go to maximum displacement. ప్రతి పార్టికల్ ఇక్కడ A, B, C, D, E, F అని ఎన్ని పార్టికల్స్ తీసుకున్నా సరే ప్రతి పార్టికల్ ఒకసారి కాకుంటే ఇంకొకసారి, ఇఫ్ నాట్ వన్స్ ద అదర్ టైం, దిస్ పార్టికల్ గో టు మాక్సిమం డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్. అంటే ప్రతి పార్టికల్ ఇప్పుడు ఈ డయాగ్రామ్ లో B అనే పార్టికల్ మాక్సిమం డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్ చేసింది. ఆఫ్టర్ సర్టెన్ టైం, దెన్ వాట్ హ్యాపెండ్, ఆఫ్టర్ సర్టెన్ టైం దిస్ వేవ్ విల్ బి లైక్ దిస్. ఆఫ్టర్ సర్టెన్ టైం దిస్ వేవ్ విల్, అంటే ఇట్లా ఏమవుతుంది, ఇందులో ఒక క్రస్ట్ అనేది మూవ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది, సిమిలర్ గా దాంతో పాటు ట్రఫ్ అనేది మూవ్ అవుతూ ఉంటుంది. సో అలా మూవ్ అయినప్పుడు ఏమవుతుంది, ప్రతి పార్టికల్ ఒక వేవ్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి ఒక స్ట్రింగ్ లో ఉన్నటువంటి ప్రతి పార్టికల్ ఇఫ్ నాట్ వన్స్ ద అదర్ టైమ్ ఇట్ రీచెస్ టు ఎ మాక్సిమం డిస్ప్లేస్మెంట్. సో అందుకొరకు మనం ఏం చేస్తాం, ఇక్కడ యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ అనేది కాన్స్టెంట్ అంటాం. ప్రోగ్రెసివ్ వేవ్స్ లో యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ అనేది కాన్స్టెంట్. బట్ వెన్ యూ కమ్ టు ద స్టేషనరీ వేవ్, these particles are fixed. For example, I name this particle A, B, C, D. ఈ 4 పార్టికల్స్ ని A, B, C, D అన్నాను. ఈ 4 పార్టికల్స్ ప్రతిసారి అక్కడే ఉంటాయి. They have minimum displacement. I name the other particles here. X, ఇక్కడ ఒక పార్టికల్ Y, ఇక్కడ ఒక పార్టికల్ Z. ఈ పార్టికల్ X అనే పార్టికల్ will go to maximum displacement. Will make the maximum displacement. X, Y, Z. They make always the maximum displacement. A, B, C, D always they make the minimum displacement. So wherever the minimum displacements are there, the points where we have the minimum displacement, these points are named as nodes. E A, B, C, D with name manam, these are called as the nodes. A, B, C, D. These are nodes. Generally we name them as N, 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 N. These are the nodes. Okay now. And the points where we are getting the maximum displacement, these are called as the antinodes. This is the antinode. This is an antinode. This is an antinode. These are the nodes and antinodes. As you have seen in progressive waves, we have the crest and troughs in transverse waves. In longitudinal waves, we have the compressions and rarefactions. Similarly, in stationary waves, we have nodes and antinodes. What we have? We have nodes and antinodes here. We will see the wavelength how to find in case of the nodes and antinodes. ఎక్కడి నుంచి ఎక్కడికి వేవ్లెంత్ లాంబ్డా అని అంటాము. See, if I take a wave, this one, this is a stationary wave, sorry, progressive wave, this is another progressive. Okay, so this is one node, this is another node, this is the node, these are the antinodes, these are the antinodes, right? Now if you take this one wave, this is one crest. ఒక వేవ్ యొక్క క్రస్ట్ ఇది. మళ్ళీ ఇలాంటి క్రస్ట్ ఎక్కడ ఉంది? దిస్ ఇస్, అంటే ఇక్కడ నుంచి ఇక్కడికి ఎంత ఉంటుంది డిస్టెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ దిస్. ఇఫ్ యూ కన్సిడర్ దిస్ వన్ యాజ్ వన్ వేవ్, ఇది ఒక వేవ్, ఇది ఇంకొక వేవ్, రెండు వేవ్ సూపర్ ఇంపోజ్ అయ్యాయి ఇక్కడ. సో దిస్ ఈస్ వన్ వేవ్. సో వాట్ ఈస్ డిస్టెన్స్ ఫ్రమ్ హియర్ టు హియర్? దిస్ ఈస్ లాంబ్డా, రైట్? దిస్ ఈస్ వేవ్ లెంత్. ద డిస్టెన్స్ బిట్వీన్ two successive crests or two successive troughs is called as a wavelength. So this is what lambda, right? And ఇక్కడ alternate antinodes మధ్య ఉన్న దూరం, the distance between two alternate antinodes. Then what about the distance between two successive antinodes? Two successive antinodes అంటే ఇక్కడి నుంచి ఇక్కడికి, this distance. If this is lambda, this is what? Half of the lambda. So this is lambda by 2, right? When the distance between two successive antinodes is lambda by 2, similarly the distance between two successive nodes also lambda by 2, right? This should be noted. ఇది మనకు చాలా ఇంపార్టెంట్ ఈ పాయింట్ అనేది. Note the distance between two successive nodes are antinodes. Two successive nodes are antinodes is equal to lambda by 2. The distance between two successive nodes are antinodes is equals to lambda by 2. Okay, I'll give some mathematical approach to this one. దీనికి ఒక mathematical approach ఇచ్చుకుందాం, so that what we'll get complete idea. And here one more thing, dear cadets, dear students, we are going to get 100% a 8 mark question from the stationary waves. 8 mark question 100% we'll get. Okay, there are 3 separate cases in this, if you learn the three cases, from the three cases, definitely one case will get as a 8-mark question in second year. Okay. Right here we will give some mathematical approach. Two waves we have taken. So I name the first wave y1 as a sin kx minus omega t. This is one wave. Y2 is another wave. This is a sin kx plus omega t. These two waves are traveling in opposite direction. So that's why one is given plus, another one is given minus. So from the principle of superposition, what is the principle of superposition? The final displacement, resultant displacement is the sum of the algebraic sum of the displacements of the two or more waves. So displacement of the first wave a sin kx minus omega t plus a sin kx plus omega t. Right? Now a common. Take out the a common. A is common in this two. Take out the a common. Now what you are getting? Sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. Sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. What is sin a plus b plus sin a minus b? 2 sin a cos b. 2 sin a cos b. This is a plus b, this a minus b. There is one more sketch here. This is like a plus b. This is like a minus b. Right? This is like a plus b and a minus b. Sin a plus b plus sin a minus b. So this is sin a plus sin b. 2 sin a cos b. Okay, right? So y is equals to 2a. Y is equals to 2a sin kx cos omega t. This is what? This is the displacement of the stationary wave. Whatever the stationary wave we got, this is the displacement of the stationary wave. Okay. In stationary wave, we have two cases, right? One is maximum amplitude. Another one is minimum amplitude. Minimum amplitude. Maximum amplitude and ఏమని చెప్పుకున్నాం దాన్ని? Maximum amplitude ని antinode అన్నాం. The place where we get the maximum amplitude is antinode. The place where we get the minimum amplitude is named as the node. Maximum amplitude and minimum amplitude. When do we get the maximum amplitude? If you see this wave equation 2a sin kx cos omega t. ఇందులో 2a sin kx, this is called as the amplitude term. ఇది amplitude term, right? 2a sin kx is the amplitude term. Cos omega t is the oscillating term. వేవ్ ఈక్వేషన్ ఎలా చెప్పుకోవాలి మనం అనేది ఫస్ట్ వీడియోలో చూసాం. ఆసిలేటింగ్ టర్మ్. వేవ్ ఈక్వేషన్ లో రెండు పార్ట్స్ ఉంటాయి, ఒకటి యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ టర్మ్, ఇంకొకటి ఆసిలేటింగ్ టర్మ్. ఇది యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ టర్మ్ 2a sin kx యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ టర్మ్. యాంప్లిట్యూడ్ అనేది మాక్సిమం కావాలి. సో 2a sin kx is maximum. 2a sin kx maximum ఎప్పుడు అవుతుంది? when sin kx is equals to 1. when sin kx is equals to 1. sin kx 1 అయినప్పుడు kx is equals to 1 అంటే sin వాల్యూ ఎప్పుడు 1 అవుతుంది? when there is sin pi by 2 90 degrees దగ్గర ఒక్కసారి 1 అవుతుంది. నెక్స్ట్ where do you get 3 pi by 2. నెక్స్ట్ where do you get 5 pi by 2. so kx value should be equal to n plus 1 by 2 pi. n plus 1 by 2 pi. What is k? K is 2 pi by lambda. K is 2 pi by lambda into x is equals to n plus 1 by 2 pi. So pi cancel. Right? X is equals to n plus 1 by 2 lambda by 2. X is equal to displacement. X is equals to n plus 1 by 2 lambda by 2. Means what? The distance between two successive antinodes is lambda by 2. The meaning of this one is the distance between two successive antinodes is lambda by 2. ఇంతకుముందు మనం రాసాం. Similarly, when you are getting the nodes is nothing but 2 sin kx is equals to 0. 2 sin kx is equals to 0. That is what minimum. Kx is equals to 0 ekkada avutundi? Kx is equals to n pi. Kx is equals to n pi. So that is what again 2 pi by lambda into x into n pi. Pi cancel. X is equals to n into lambda by 2. This is the case for the minimum amplitude. This is the case for the maximum amplitude. ఈ రెండిటి నుంచి మనం ఏం నేర్చుకోవచ్చు? Displacement between two successive nodes is lambda by 2. The distance between two successive antinodes is lambda by 2. The distance between two successive nodes or antinodes is lambda by 2. This is about stationary waves. Right? Next video we are going to discuss the important 8-mark questions. Okay now. So there we learned 3 cases. One is the stationary waves in stretched string, the stationary waves in open argon pipe, the stationary waves in closed argon pipe. Right? Okay children? Alright, very good. Thank you.